What's up, guys? It's your boy Anime Boom, and I am back for another video. And we all know the old Hokages in the Hidden Leaf Village. We got Minato, Tobirama, you got Hashirama, you got the third Hokage. All these Hokages are great. All had moments when they were alive, but then you have the iconic moment when they all died. And then they all came back in the iconic moment in the war arc. They all got brought back to life. But in this video, I want to talk about how their return was really disappointing to me. They didn't really do nothing. They all did nothing to me. So let's get right into it. Let's go. Okay, y'all, let's start it off with Minato. Minato in the war. So, from what I remember, you got the moment where the Hokages are talking to each other. Cool moment. And then you got when they arrive to the war battlefield. They arrive. Minato does start off really well. He starts off well. He does some stuff. He talks to his son. He has the moment with the barrier. Then they work together to fight Obito. So when he slices Obito, when he transformed into the chakra mode thing, like it's like KCM2 or whatever, and then you got the Sage mode Minato, all of this stuff. Minato has some moments in there, but later on to me, he just was not doing nothing. And I feel like he still could have did more in that Obito fight. There's more he could have done. They got rid of his arm. That was very disappointing. I wanted to see Minato blitzing around the battlefield, fighting all the bad guys and stuff. That's what I came to see. Minato was just doing stuff to help people. He was support. I don't know if they did that to depower him, but he was like having to put kunais in his mouth and stuff, having to run around the battlefield. He had to put, and then he got sent to the Hidden Leaf Village. That's how far he went away from the battlefield. That like he got sent all the way to the Hidden Leaf Village, so we didn't get to see Minato no more. Then you got the moment when he leaves with Naruto, the sad moment. But by that point, I was done. They really could have did more with Minato. I would have just liked to see him fight a little bit more, do his blitz and stuff. They hyped him up at one point to be the best Hokage, and to see him not do nothing after the fight with like Obito and stuff, that kind of sucked. It kind of sucked. He tried to have moments with Obito Kakashi. I don't think it really worked. And then he had the moment helping God fight Madara and stuff. But yeah, that he kind of fell off at the end. So tell me how you feel about Minato, but we about to move on to the next person. I think the worst one, third Hokage. Okay, let's get right into Hiruzen, the third Hokage. So people say all the time this guy is like the best Hokage. They hyped him up in the first Naruto show, say he was one of the better ones, and we didn't really get to see none. They were saying his prime he was the best Hokage. If this was a real thing that he had, this would have been the time to show this prime that he had. This his peak power. His chakra and stuff don't run out, and his body is not gonna be messed up and stuff. And you have to stretch to find those moments of him doing stuff. I remember this moment he saved Naruto from a tree. That was kind of it. Then he had like a moment where he was like had like clones and stuff, and he was trying to stop that little wooden thing. That was a moment of power. That was kind of cool. I think Obito grabbed his face and stuff. He was like grabbing his face and almost killing him. He like split his body in half. It was those moments too. He was just getting destroyed by Obito. And then I don't even think he fought Madara's god form, the Otsutsuki form. So really, their Hokage got done dirty. This is the moment to show his peak power. He did not do anything. I don't think we seen his little monkey thing he did in the original Naruto show. We seen the staff, I think, but we didn't see the actual monkey thing. That would have been a great character to bring out one more time, because he was pretty smart from when he fought Orochimaru and stuff. We could have seen some stuff with like third Hokage and all the Tsunade and all the other Kages and all that stuff, just talking to people about stuff. He could talk to the kids that seen him die in the original Naruto. More stuff with Naruto and the regular group. And you can see him fight Obito and Madara and stuff. I would have loved to see that. And then at the end he just disappears. He doesn't really do anything else. So yeah, Third Hokage was extremely wasted. Did not do anything else. He just got basically beat up the whole time. He had that moment where he like did the little seal to stop the tail beast, the 10 tails or whatever. I remember that too. That was a cool moment, but nothing else though. Okay, let's get into Tobirama. And I think he had might have been the best. Him or Minato. He actually we didn't see much of him. We've never really seen much of him. He had to fight with the third Hokage in the original Naruto, but that wasn't the same character. They was he just was weaker there. And he didn't even get to talk. And then all that stuff comes out with like the Uchiha and the Senju stuff, and he looks really cool too. He probably is the coolest looking Hokage. So in the war, he does have moments of fighting Obito and stuff, cool stuff. You have the opening moment where they seal the little ten tails inside the cube. Cool moment. His beef with Madara should have been explored. That would have been amazing because they hate each other. Madara hates him. He was really the reason like Madara went from being good to bad again. He doesn't like him, and Tobirama don't like him either. He thinks the Uchiha are horrible and evil and stuff. So that would have been a great thing to explore. It was cool. He had the flying Raijin. Like he had Minato's jutsu. That was really cool. I remember Madara like beat him up and like put the little things in him, the little poles. And after the fight with Obito, really, I don't think he did anything else. Madara kind of beat him up. He didn't even get to fight the Otsutsuki Madara. And that was really it then. I think that was it. And at the end, he disappeared and all the Hokages disappeared and stuff. So I think he was the best one because he had that fight with Obito. That was a cool thing, and he kind of he got to show his brains and stuff. But there still could have been more, like the beef with the Uchiha and stuff. That could have been explored way more because Sasuke was on the battlefield and Madara was on the battlefield. That would have been the time to show like a regret for how harsh you were to the Uchiha. And you could just see more stuff with him and the other Hokages, like his stuff with his brother. And you see more of his jutsus and stuff. But I think we got a good amount of jutsus we've seen from him. But that's it for Tobirama. Let's move to the last one, Hashirama. Okay, Hashirama. Let's start it all the way from the beginning. We're gonna go all the way to the very end. So, beginning, we see him in the original Naruto. He fought the third Hokage, and we seen him fight. He didn't really talk. He didn't talk at all. Actually, they did talk for like a second, but they didn't really talk like that. So he didn't get to show his full power there because he was super underpowered from what we know now. Super underpowered. I don't know what was wrong with that version of the first Hokage, but that version is so weak, really weak. So we got that version, and then you got him at the end of the final valley, and then you get teases of Hashirama, characters having his cells like Yamato. Yamato had his cells, and Yamato was pretty good with the wood style. And then you got the mentions of Madara, and then Madara started getting mentioned. Nine Tails mentioned Madara in the first episode of Naruto Shippuden. Then you heard more about Hashirama, their beef. Itachi mentioned their beef, their big like war between the Uchiha and the Senju, and then in the war, you get introduced to Madara. Then this is where people start taking it super serious. This guy is like super powerful. The perfect Susanoo. He took out all the five Kages by himself and was destroying them. They had no chance. And then Madara was hyping up Hashirama still, even after the meteors and all that crazy stuff. He took Hashirama's cells and had Hashirama's face on his face. So you knew Hashirama was like a crazy dude. And then he got brought back as a reanimation. This guy had that moment where him and Tobirama were like showing their chakra to Sasuke in the group. That junk was scary because you knew he was powerful. And Madara was ready to fight him. Everybody was like, oh, damn, this guy, man. So the first step, Madara versus Hashirama. That's the first thing. Why didn't we get an actual fight between the two? We didn't get to see none of that. We didn't get to see them fight at all. Very disappointing. Then he didn't even fight Obito like that. We didn't get to see none of him fighting Obito. He just stood around and did nothing. How is he the strongest one, but we don't even get to see none of it? He should have been able to throw hands with Obito. He would have been a great help for the team. A big help. But he was like talking to Madara and kept saying he had clones and stuff, talking to Madara, and then Madara was like, I'm gonna fight the real one. And then he was sealing up the Ten Tails and stuff. It's like, you can make clones to do that stuff. Like, fight Madara. Fight Madara. What are you doing? Fight Obito. Have some moments. And that was it. Then Madara just takes his chakra or something, beats him up. Madara beats him up pretty bad. And then he don't fight the Otsutsuki Madara. He does not do anything else. Nothing. And then you got the ending scene where him and Madara were talking about, like, we both failed. Even though Hashirama didn't fail. It was really just Madara. I think he's trying to make Madara feel better, but Hashirama, then he was done. That was his war run. And for all that hype that we had from all these characters and people taking his sales, it was like, that's what y'all gonna do with him in the war arc? And yes, that's just how I feel about it. He was done dirty, didn't do nothing. He by far might be the worst one. And I thought it was Hiruzen, but for how hyped up Hashirama was, that is him. I think it's him. So tell me how y'all feel about it. Do y'all think I was overdoing it? How bad the Hokages was in the war? Or am I telling the truth? And I'll see you on the next video. Anime Boom, my peace.